Good evening, friends, and welcome to Workers and Resources. Now, this will go extremely quickly when I hit the start button here. We see it is extremely quickly. We can get it going. Cheers. Yes, cheers indeed, because I am about to proclaim victory over this game. Or I hereby proclaim victory over this game. This is the game. Now, yes, it changed resolution there because of things. It is completely unattended, this. And it was 2114 when we started this. And 10 years, I believe, was the... I can see there are things happening with the escapee rate. Every now and then it fluctuates, but still, you know, there are no major catastrophes here. There, the ship went out with the nuclear waste that we have produced so far. It didn't cost us a whole lot. We have $370 billion in the bank as of this moment. As always, the only source of income really is the bitumen that we export, that we get as an excess, you know, from the fuel that we make. And use their bitumen ship called Lisa is of 450 billion we have now. That's pretty good. But the point is not about that. That is not difficult to make those numbers high and stable or tick also over the place, you know. But this is a challenge. This is a population of 100,000 people, which is completely self-sufficient, I hope. Might be a bit of grain imports going on. If that would be happening, we should see the dollar account diminish ever so slightly, every now and then, ever so slightly, by a couple of $100 million, I suppose, at this point. But yes, this is the difficult bit, and this is what it's about, really. Because, for one thing, you know, it's 100,000 population, almost, give or take. It fluctuates thereabouts, but still, yeah, we're now at 21, 23 here, whilst I had just been... I don't know, lost track of what I was supposed to have lined up next, maybe. It is not a whole lot more, but it continues like so. Cheers, yes. Einen Dub, ja, dort Hunde-Export. Ja, Export. Auf Deutschland, sehr gutes Bier. Dankeschön, vielen Dank, sehr gut. But yes, so it continues. It has now been 10 years since we started. About, what has it been? 2.5 minutes or so ago. So that's it. And we're population 96,000. Okay. Should we try and join up with the thing, because it's right there, you know. And I hope that it is also. Yes, it is recording sound too. Very good. Because I think we can let it roll for a little bit here and see what happened. Although roll. You see, yes, I may proclaim victory over the game, as in that I have built a perpetual Marxist-Leninism simulator here. Yes. Even though the game has 1 billion quirks and bugs in it, I made it work. At least for these 10 years, yes. 10 years is a new record. There might be stuff going on. For example, why is this train standing in here? That doesn't look right. To me, that it would be... it's loading on food is what it's doing. They have like an enormous amount of crops here, but not that much food actually, and that's a bit interesting. We can try and make our way through the about 8 FPS, I would think that is... No, 11 maybe. Well, what's wrong with working at the food factory? You are working at the food factory. It might be that we are trying to demand a little bit too much of this then. Where is it you go again? Yes, you do... You do meat for Sollefteå. That's a really small place, you know. That's a really tiny town, and this... Right, but this is a problem, because whilst this train is in here, it I think limits access to food for the local population here, since we apparently don't have any in stock, really, which is a shame. Do we dare look at this? That's quite loud, you know. You want it about there, about is where you want it, for it to you know, come out right in the mix and so on and everything. Yes, and this then, yeah, I think that's about it too, more or less. And yeah, if we look at the food meter is not supposed to be there, and neither is the happiness meter. So, well, short is the victory. That there is a saying that we have, you know, kort and how the hell does it go? Joy seldom lasts. that's the gist of it anyway. Joy seldom lasts. No. Joy is very much something that is fleeting. But if we look, they should have, you know, quite a buffer of food, but no, we don't. Okay, you're getting hungry. Okay, and this, I mean, how many people are actually living in Sjön nowadays? 17,500, that's quite few. You know, it used to be a whole lot more. That's obviously down to food. Do we care about these people a bit? We can put a band-aid on this temporarily, or at least for now, by sending this away. Since, I mean, the amount of food that they have down there, 186 tons, yeah, that's going to be stale well before the people of Sollefteå get to eat it. They mostly drink anyway. Yes, 2,820 people, something about, so 108 tons of it, I don't know, but there is no... Okay, so whilst we had this up, we could have had a look at other towns and how they're doing. Well, Sjön is not doing as good as it should here, and well, it's simple. There isn't enough food production in this system. There is, however, I think even too much meat production. So this is very, very easily solved, you know. We're going to lose a bit of livestock in the process, but that's tough, I suppose. I don't like wasting, you know, food though, and livestock and such. That's not right. That's not right. But oops, that was a bit much. In the name of oops. Apparently, that was apparently $12 million, I think, if I did not misread. 78 million or 44.5 million rubles for 100 meters of footpath, or it's not even 100 meters, 50. Never mind. As an experiment, I tried doing a reset of the economy by you know, using the terrain editor and so on, and starting a new game on top of this. It didn't change anything as far as I could notice with regards to performance. Maybe it did. Maybe I should have another look at that and give it more than like 2 seconds before I judge it to be of no use. All of these numbers are so ridiculously high that it's broken right now, is what it is. But supposedly a way of solving this would be the Zimbabwean way, I believe, is how it's at least sort of how they did it. They simply take away, you know, 3 zeros, move the decimal point a few positions, 3 or 6 points, all across the board. Well, yeah, you're building a food, crops related things here, an agro farm, no. So you can't talk about one thing at one time and do a completely different thing here. Problem is factory connection. This might not have been the best place for it, but as long as we can get the factory connection on there and also have a room for stuff, such as a road eventually, and so food factory, yeah, that will do right. That will do right. Is what that will do. This I was not expecting this, but well, one food factory I suppose is running at full tilt. This is not running at full tilt. There are 8 people in here. Yes, we used to have an enormous problem here that the trains were occupied by workers, so that there could be no passengers on the trains. Now we don't have any workers at all on the trains. That's because they're not allowed to wait at the station, I think. Right. That's because they're not allowed to wait at the station. And this, now that the train is gone, is the immediate problem here alleviated. Has food shown up here? Not quite yet, no. No, it's a complicated chain. It has to go from the thing here into the warehouses here, and then into, well, yes, and then I think it unloads here, the truck, or it unloads at the shopping center directly, I don't know. One of those things. So, well, okay, there was a slight imbalance in the food production here. It is now taken care of. Yes, I do not take back the statement of laying out this puzzle, this Soviet puzzle, in such a way that it sort of works. Oh, but we should have another look at this, all the map and all the buildings and things, and see if we. Other places, Nosaliga, 3,000, that's really good for Nosaliga, you know. That's and the town of Nosaliga here, they do gravel. It's their business. It's mostly old village houses and a few tower blocks. A few. 4. Yeah, that constitutes a few. But anyway, that's 10 years for you in about 2.5 minutes or something like that, and then a further 10 minutes or so of rambling. I will continue to ramble here now for an arbitrary amount of time. It is not known at this point what the time will be. But if you want to continue and follow along, there is a thing to click about in this corner, I think, of the screen. And if not, cheers, and catch you another time, I hope. But please do select this thing. Yes.